Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jamie. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to get this super easy Thanksgiving look. It has a really warm eye with a bunch of mascara, some nice glowing natural skin, and a nude glossy lip. So if you want to see how I got this really quick look, just keep on watching. So for foundation, I want to do something that's pretty natural and lets my skin shine through. When it comes to the holidays, I like to do more of like a softer look versus more dramatic, just because I'm, with all my friends and family. So I'm going to use the combo of the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This is just the original one. I have a small little sample. So I'm going to pour out a little bit right on my hands. I use about, I guess that's like a pea-sized amount. It's not like the recommended amount for primer. And I'm just going to put this everywhere, and I find that these two really pair well together. But I've mentioned this before, I love Thanksgiving. I get to cook it every year and it's always so much fun. It's just like a nice holiday where, you get to spend it with your friends and family, and I always look forward to it every year. So making sure that primer is really blended everywhere. My face gets super red when I rub it, but that should go away shortly. So once again, I'm using the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation, and I'm in the shade Light 2 Mont Blanc. And this is the perfect foundation for me when it comes to things like this. I was between this and the Too Faced Born This Way, but I like that Sheer Glow is a little bit more buildable. So today I'm going to go for a light to almost medium coverage, but I really want my skin to show through. I've griped about this before. My biggest pet peeve is that foundation does not have a pump. So you literally just have to pour it out on the back of your hand and hope for the best. So I'm going to start with a little bit, and I'd rather go with less and not waste product. And I'm just going to blend it out using a sponge because that's my preferred method. So I'm just going to pounce that into my skin and try to blend that everywhere. I want to cover up my redness and like my imperfections, but I still want my freckles and like my natural skin to show. And I feel like this foundation does a really good job doing that. And it's also decently long wearing. I tend to cook dinner and then get ready, so it's not like I have to wear this from sun up to sundown. But I know it will look good and just kind of hold up if I'm like hot and sweating in the kitchen. So I'm just blending it everywhere, and this was actually the perfect amount. So putting it on my forehead and up into my hairline so we don't have that distinguished foundation line. But I definitely like to go in with a little bit lighter coverage. So this one covered up my imperfections, but my skin is still showing through, and it doesn't look like I'm wearing a crazy amount of makeup. I'm going to go with a bit of a heavier concealer. This one is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer, and I have mine in the shade Light Peach. I'm just going to use this to highlight my face. So I'm going to put it a little bit under my eyes and then down the center of my face. And because this is a more fuller coverage concealer, I tend to go with less because I'd rather go with more than end up with too much and then be like frantically blending. So it's typically my advice for with makeup is less is more, like less is more with pretty much every product. So you can always add stuff, but you can't really take it away. So I'm just blending that out using the same sponge and really pressing this concealer in. I am actually going to set my face today, which for most people that doesn't sound like a shock, but it's something I typically don't do on a day-to-day basis. But I think this concealer does a little bit better when it's set, so I'm going to like lightly coat my face once I get this all blended in. So now that we're all concealed and highlighted, the powder that I'm going to go with today is the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I find this setting powder does a good job like making my makeup look good, but it's not something I would use if I needed my makeup to last for hours on end, because I don't think it does a good job like controlling oils or really helping with longevity, but it looks flawless under your eyes. So I'm just going to take a little bit and then I dust it off on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to press it in. And I like going in with the sponge that we use because I feel like it helps melt everything together better. So I'm mainly going to set just the places where we put the concealer. The rest of my face doesn't really need to be set, but I just want to set under my eyes just to get that extra flawless look. So now that we're all set, I'm going to do my eyebrows and prime my eyes off camera, and then we'll come back for the eyeshadow. So I brought you guys a little bit closer today to do the eyeshadow, and for the eyeshadow I'm going to use a tried and true palette, which is the Modern Renaissance. I used this last year for a makeup look, and I really like the way that it came out, so I honestly might do the same exact thing today. So to start out with our look, I'm going to go in with the shade right here, which is Golden Ochre. And I did prime my lids with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Amplifying Eyeshadow Primer in the shade Invisipink. So on this Real Techniques Blush Crush brush, it does not have a name. I'm just going to go in with this shade and just start putting it all in my crease and my transition area. Next, I'm going to take this Morphe brush. This is the Morphe M433. And I'm going to go in with a little bit of the shade Real Guard, which is this orange shade, and kind of put it slightly below where we put Golden Ochre. We probably all know Anastasia Beverly Hills shadows are super pigmented, so I would suggest going in a little lightly with this color because I kind of want the orange to be an accent and not my entire crease. Next, I'm going to go in with the star of the look, which is the shade Red Ochre. And I'm going to use that same brush, and we're going to put Red Ochre on about the outer third of our lid. So I'm going to stamp this on there and then blend it out. And I'm going to make sure I blend it into the crease as well. So as you can see, we've got dark red on like the outer third of our lid. And then for the shimmer, we're going to go in with the shade Primavera, which is the gold shade. And I actually think I'm going to use a brush to apply this to get a more detailed application. So I'm going to go in with an e.l.f. Cosmetics flat shader brush. This is one of their $1 brushes. And I'm going to go in with the shade Primavera and put it on our lid. I'm not going to wet this shade, which is something I prefer to do with these shimmers particularly because I kind of want a more soft and diffused look. I do want to add just a slight bit more depth in our eye. So I'm going to go in with the shade Cypress Umber, which is the dark brown. And I have this Morphe M321 brush. I'm just going to add a slight bit to the outer corner because right now it's kind of one dimension. Moving on to the under eye, I'm going to go in with the shade Golden Ochre again and use this. It's like a BH Cosmetics. It's the 122 brush. I'm just going to smoke that under my eye. For my inner corner highlight, I kind of want something that's more of a white gold. We really only have a gold and a pink. So I think I'm going to go with a highlighter. And actually the highlighter I was using to, for the mirror, for the sake, was the Ofra Cosmetics Highlighter in Star Island. So I'm going to use this on a small pencil brush. This one's also from Morphe. I'm using so many Morphe brushes today. It's very unlike me. And I'm going to put this into the inner corner and underneath the brow bone. And this will just open up our eyes and just really make us look more awake. Next, I'm going to put a little bit of eyeliner on my waterline, and I'm going to call the eyes a day from that. I'm going to use the Urban Decay 24/7 pencil in the shade Whiskey. Next, I'm going to go apply a few generous coats of mascara, and we can finish off the face. So to finish off the face, I'm going to go in with bronzer. And for bronzer, I'm going to use my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which is a little bit jacked up because the packaging broke. I'm going to go in with my BH Cosmetics brush, just the brush that I'm always using to bronze, and just put this all over my cheeks. And I definitely want to go for a more bronzed look than a contoured look. I was debating pulling out my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit and contour, but I think because our makeup is relatively natural, contour might throw it off a bit because I just want to go for that overall warmth. But when I film my New Year's looks, I will definitely contour at that point. For blush, I'm going to go with the Tarte blush in the shade Party, which is a Sephora birthday gift a little while ago. This is just a really neutral color that pretty much goes with everything. So I'm just going to put that on my cheeks, and I love dusting just a little bit on my nose. And then for highlighter, I'm going to be using the Becca Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Champagne Pop. I want something that's nice and like has a good glow, but that Ophir one that I was holding is a little bit too strong for what I want for this occasion. Step is going to be lips, and I'm not going to use a liquid lipstick because realistically it's going to all get off. So I'm going to line my lips with the NYX lip liner in the shade Nude Suede Shoes. I'm also going to fill my lips in with this color too. And then the very last step is going to be lip gloss. And for lip gloss, I'm actually going to use one of the NYX Butter Glosses. And this is in the shade Madeline because these are so good and I just never use them anymore. So that's going to wrap up this super easy Thanksgiving makeup look. It's a really nice warm eye, natural skin, and a lip that I know is going to go away as soon as I pull out my second plate of dinner. Let me know which look you're planning on wearing for Thanksgiving, or if you end up recreating something like this. If you like this video, I hope you'll consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. I post a new video every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'd love if you can join me next time. But that's all for today. Thanks for watching.